Yo guys, Theo here on Common Sense, feeling quite inspired here at the end of a 60-hour fast. Just about to end a 2.5-day fast. It's more like 65 hours. I started at Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. here at Friday, almost 10 a.m. with all my favorite stuff, the pickled herring, the potatoes, the pickles, and the sour cream, all the good stuff. So before I break it, I just figure I can share some golden fasting tidbits with you, specifically how to start and break long fasts. Like not just a one fast, but when it's something like I'm doing now. This is the third fast I'm doing now. I'm going to do at least one more. How to approach starting and breaking the fast in the grand scheme of things, as holistically, right? First of all, it's just so fascinating to me that I've been practicing prolonged fasting for almost 6 years now. Obviously not been fasting for all those 6 years, the entire time, but throughout these years, it's something I've been doing on and off, right? And even since I felt like I mastered it, I know what kinds of fasts I like for different purposes, I can always go through with it and have a decent, not be too challenged. I can always go through with it. But ever since, there's still so many little details I picked up on and how it's still improved. Like even when I said like I feel like I mastered it, I can do it always. I just feel better. I just function better. Training is better. Everything is better, right? And just a reminder of how much us human beings can improve on anything that we do consistently. And it's even hard to grasp like the details or like the definition of the improvements and optimization we can do beforehand. It's like even a thing like not eating you can improve upon, like the way you feel and function and everything, right? But so I want to talk about starting and breaking the fast as part of a larger regimen, right? Not just like how do you break one fast. It's like, no, if fasting is something we're going to do on a regular basis now, how do we approach starting the fast and coming out of the fast, right? So first of all, there's something I've talked about in my fasting and training videos is one way to make fasts easier, to feel the best on a fast, is to go into it recovered from training, meaning that we always want to leave one day of eating protein between a fast and the last heavy training session so that we recover and go into the fast feeling well. It's something from my experience that really works out better. So in this case, I've started all my fasts on a Tuesday, right? And then I've changed up my training, so I've always trained a full body workout on the Monday. So I eat on the Monday, obviously, and I eat on the Tuesday, so I recover from Monday's training session, but at the evening there, just like this week, I start the fast, right? But so another thing that will make transitioning into the fast easier is already having eaten low carb leading up to the fast. Again, as I've adapted to fasting, I could eat whatever and start a fast and feel pretty all right. I don't really get any big headaches or nausea or anything like that. But there can be an initial phase that when things just feel a little dull, a little like, before going into ketosis, when some kind of more pleasant state happens, right? When you go, that's what I've noticed now, that when you deplete on carbs before starting the fast, not that it was difficult before, but it makes me come to a place where I actually like really enjoy the way I feel sooner. So this is a way that I like to start a fast. But now the last aspect here with how we do with training and food before the fast is that, the difference between, we can make analogies between ourselves and a car with like fuel in the tank. But the difference between us and the car is that the car gets the fuel immediately when you put it in the tank. And while we get some signaling just happening in the brain when we put food in our mouth. But most of the things we eat, it's going to take longer for our body to process, digest, and convert this into energy that we can actually utilize, right? This means that it doesn't really matter the most what you ate like before you, or like what if I eat now and I go out and do push-ups, I'm not going to be able to use the carbs from these potatoes for that, right? However, if I eat now and I go tomorrow and train, now it will actually be converted into glycogen in my muscles, right? So what I do leading up to this Monday workout now is that I carb up a little bit on the weekend before. It has to do with the entire cycle of things, but I carb up a little bit been eating in a calorie deficit when I'm not fasting, right? And then I carb up on the weekend before, but then on the actual training day, the Monday, I don't have to eat any carbs because now I've already put them in there. Now it's on the Monday I use them for my workout, right? And then on the Tuesday, so I eat low carb on the Monday is the point, right? I change my diet up so I eat mostly protein and fat, maybe a little bit carb, but way different. Like this meal, the potatoes would just be removed, right? And then I do the same thing on the Tuesday before starting the fast. So you see, this was a way to get my carbs to fuel my workout, but then still have time to deplete more on glycogen. So I get a smoother transition into ketosis, into the fast, right? When it comes to breaking the fast, obviously, this is one of the meals that I love, but in the same way, just like I wanted to put some carbs in there, just so I can smash my last workout and then quickly deplete the 2 last days, now we have the opposite job coming out of the fast. Now I want to eat carbs to fill up. So on the first couple of days, now on on this day, I'm gonna eat, it's probably even over my maintenance, and the extra food will come mostly, almost mostly, only from carbs, right? Because now I'm preparing to come out of the fast and be ready to smash my program again. I'm gonna have a week of no fast in front of me now, right? And what I'll say here, because now I'm really just assuming that you're someone like me. I'm the kind of guy that would like to address every little person and situation I can think of. But it's like, because I'm talking about the strategy a lot now, just with how do we structure this? Oh, we remove carbs before, and on the refill you want to eat more carbs. But if you're someone that like really struggles with keeping your eating in check, and that wants something that's really important to is to control the amount. Like it's important for me too. If I on a day like this just eat just the way I feel like, I might eat a bit more than necessary and just slow down my cutting goals, right? But yeah, that's something I tell people that are more new and that struggle more with fasting and keeping diet in check, that really plan what you're going to eat when breaking your fast meticulously. Don't see it as like a job over until you finish the first day of eating. But so you see, on the first couple of days before or when breaking the fast, I'm going to eat probably just above maintenance today. Tomorrow I'm gonna go on to eat maintenance. The extra calories come from carbs, and extra as in I'm actually eating in a deficit. So in the week I'm gonna go back to eating in a deficit. I'm gonna do the exact same thing most likely. That when it comes to the weekend, I'm gonna eat maintenance carbs on the Saturday and Sunday to prepare for probably same thing again. Full body workout on Monday, eat low carb on that Monday, eat low carb on the Tuesday, and start another fast. So I always tell things like this, like how I do it and what I do, because people tend to ask isolated, like a little bit to one-dimensional thing, like how should I break a fast? What foods are good to break a fast with? It's like, well, who are you? What are you doing? What did you do before then? What are you gonna do after that? That's what matters. Of course, if we're talking about breaking a fast, like I'll just take this opportunity to say that it doesn't really, like again, control the amount. If you're someone that could overeat, still have some problems with that, right? Control the amounts, but then it's pretty much like whatever you naturally crave, that's just good, healthy foods, To me, it makes sense with pickled stuff. I've always craved it, when you kind of empty the gut, feed the gut microbiome a bit, I naturally crave it. And then, keep the protein on the leaner side, during the day, not to just not like accidentally blow up on calories, and get the majority of your extra calories, if you're someone that's getting ready to train hard again, from carbs, right? Fill up those muscles. So I'm just thinking, was there anything more? Well, I'm hungry now. Let's end it like that. Of course, we started with a pickle. Oh, it's like, I feel so good on a fast. I barely thought about eating at all during this fast. It's still never, it's still never not magic when you break it. Ah, oh my God! Like this is another reason why people should fast, just to experience this. Cheers. I'm gonna finish this off camera. You see, this is a little thing. This is what I do. That's why holistic. It's not only because we have body, mind, and soul that the physical relates to the mental, to the emotional, and so on. It's also that this is kind of what I excel at. This like building routines, regiments, the holistic thinking about every aspect. How do everything fit in with everything else? That's why many questions people ask, I find like kind of you know it's like that question depends on all the other questions you should be asking also. So like and comment, guys, if there's something you want me to elaborate on here. But I do holistic bodybuilding coaching, getting jacked and stacked mentally, physically, spiritually, working ourselves, body, mind, and soul, helping you construct your routine to achieving your goals and become a solid individual. That's pretty much what I do. So if you're interested, you can send me a DM on Instagram or email me. It's in the description below. I'll get back to you with my different programs and offerings. You can pick up my training book, everything training, philosophy, mindset related that you need in order to become a self-reliant, jacked and stacked individual. There is a section about fasting and training, all right? How to combine it. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Just don't eat. Okay, peace.